Complicime consulari, placet nu tibi ut officium incipiet.
Plaquette.
Please be seated, everybody. Good afternoon and welcome. I'll give you a second to get organized. Thank you. Good afternoon and welcome to UNB St. John's 40th Fall Convocation ceremony. I want to begin by respectfully acknowledging that UNB stands on the unsurrendered and unceded traditional Wolastoqey land. The lands of Wabanaki people are recognized in a series of peace and friendship treaties to establish an ongoing relationship of peace, friendship, and mutual respect between equal nations. The river that runs through our city is known as Wolastoq, along which live the Wolastoqey, the people of the beautiful and bountiful river. Wolastoq is also referred to as the St. John River. It is my pleasure to begin this ceremony by introducing the Wolastoq Honor Song. This version of the Wolastoq Honor Song was developed by a number of talented singers and is to be shared at academic ceremonies such as this convocation. Can I ask you to please stand while the Wolastoq Honor Song is being played?
Wolastoq Malagwe, Hachi de Pamigo, Wolastoq Malagwe, Supe Kamia, Nikwas Pamipin, Wazi Sichnil Askamil, Nikwas Pamipin, Wazi Sichnil Askamil. Wolastoq is flowing, flowing and flowing. Wolastoq is flowing down to the sea. Mother, carry me, for a child I'll always be. Mother, carry me, for a child I'll always be. Wolastoq say des bells, say des bells, say des pan. Wolastoq say des bells, dans l'océan. Mille portez-moi, un enfant je resterai. Mille portez-moi, un enfant je resterai. Wolastoq Malagwe,
want to offer thank you to Angie Aquin, Judy Aquin, Morsofsky, Sarah Francis, Ramona Nicholas, Natalie Sapier, and Amanda Myron for that beautiful, beautiful song. Can I please ask you to take a seat? It's now my great pleasure to call upon Elder Imelda Purley, UNB's former elder in residence, to deliver a traditional Wolastoqey welcome.
Uliwan for listening to that song. That song is a tribute to the identity of the people that were here before colonization. And so just to hear that rendition of honoring the river that flows. Today, as I watched you crossing the park, I thought we all received a graduation gift, unity within diversity. What a beautiful sight to see all of us together celebrating the achievements of our graduates. You are witnesses to that unity within diversity. What I carry here is a bundle that UNB has promised as part of the TRC calls to action to make sure that our relationship, our treaty relationship, continues to grow, just as in the Truro Wampum Belt, which was a promise when our treaties were being signed that Indigenous and non-Indigenous peoples would live together in peace and friendship and harmony, that we wouldn't cross each other's paths or change each other's ways. Definitely, that didn't happen, but we're healing. The other gift that's in the bundle, that basket of knowledge that each of you are being here today to be witnessed, your baskets of knowledge. Just know your basket is never full. And that way, lifelong learning will continue to fill your baskets of knowledge. Wherever you go, whatever you do, whenever you do it. And so that basket of knowledge also symbolizes the medicines of our earth, and especially here at Manaquesk, which is the first name of St. John, which means where the sea takes the land. The sweetgrass braid, this is where my ancestors used to come, jump on a train way before your time, but they would come and pick the sweetgrass from here, and they would braid it on the way back. And the sweetgrass braid is our 7th-generation teacher. We didn't just pick and harvest and go to the market. We went to that first plant and said, as beautiful and as shiny as you are, I must leave you behind for the first generation after me, so there'll be something there for them. To the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, then we picked the 8th one. So all of us have that responsibility. What are we leaving behind for that 7 generations yet to be born? Because generations before us have filled us with who we are today. That beautiful sight of us living in unity within diversity. That's a beautiful graduation gift. I want to thank you graduates for allowing me to witness this today. When we, the moccasins, our presidents of our campuses have promised to walk in Indigenous moccasins to get a better understanding of what Indigenous issues are. We just had Orange Shirt Day. We just had Truth and Reconciliation Day. There's more. I'm wearing a red shawl for murdered and missing Indigenous women and girls. There's a lot of issues there that need to be brought out, but healed. And so today, when we celebrate the wisdom that you have gained, yes, from books, yes, from instructors, but also your life lessons that you've added on to the DNA of the blood memory of the ancestors you come from. This is what a beautiful day is for us to come here together. So those moccasins symbolize walking, Biluida Haswausawagan, walking towards truth, walk in the talk towards truth. And so today, everybody, let's congratulate ourselves for seeing truth in how beautiful unity within diversity looks as we celebrate the graduates. Congratulations.
Thank you, Elder Perley, for those words and your ongoing leadership and helping us walk together the Biluida Haswausawagan journey with your guidance. Thank you. Welcome, everybody. My name is Paul Mazerow, and I am UNB's president. I'm proud to be UNB's president and vice chancellor. I'm very delighted to be here today as we celebrate two significant milestones. You've all reached your goal of obtaining your degrees, and at the same time, this is the 40th Fall Convocation for the St. John campus. These are big reasons to celebrate indeed. I want to take a moment to introduce the members of our platform party. The members of our platform party include UNB's Chancellor, Dr. Alison McCain, Her Worship, Donna Reardon, 79th Mayor of St. John, the Chair of our Board of Governors, Robin Tingley, Elder Imelda Perley. We have award recipients, distinguished guests, deans, faculty, and staff, a great group of people supporting the mission here at UNB. Thank you for being part of the 40th Fall Convocation. This is a truly special day for many, many people. It's wonderful to be here in person to celebrate your academic achievements together. I'm now pleased to call upon UNB's Chancellor, Dr. Alison McCain, to deliver the welcome address.
Mr. President, award recipients, distinguished guests, and most importantly, our reason for being here today, UNB graduates of 2022. Welcome to Convocation 2022, live and in person. It's been a long time coming. 2019, I think, was the last time that we had a live convocation. Graduates, today is formal recognition of an important milestone in your life. It will, I believe, prove to be a game changer. During your time at UNB, you've acquired new knowledge, made new friends, gained confidence, and matured as a person. No doubt, your expectations are high, as they frankly should be. The world is full of opportunities, but it also has its share of challenges. Climate change, war in Ukraine, economic disparity, just to name a few, all made more complicated by many people today seemingly trying to confuse fact with fiction. While my generation has not been able to fix these problems, I do like to think that we made some progress. It is now up to your generation to make real progress on these issues. It's a big ask, but you're well equipped to take on the challenge, and personally, I'm very confident of your ability to be successful. So graduates, enjoy the moment today. Accept the accolades of family and friends. But tomorrow, the really exciting journey begins. Thank you.
Thank you, Chancellor McCain, for those words of wisdom and your ongoing leadership and support of UNB. Vital to our success as an institution is the high quality of research undertaken at UNB. That is indeed one of the things that distinguishes our university mission as a research comprehensive university in New Brunswick and indeed in Canada. I'd now like to call upon Dr. David McGee, Vice President of Research, to introduce the recipient of the University of New Brunswick Award for Excellence in Research. David?
Thank you, President Mazereau. The University of New Brunswick Award for Excellence in Research was established to honor faculty who are representative of outstanding research, scholarly, or creative achievements at the University of New Brunswick. This prestigious award was initiated by a gift from Dr. Fritz Grein, Professor Emeritus of Chemistry, and promotes and celebrates an environment that supports intellectual inquiry and discovery. I am pleased to share that the University of New Brunswick's Award for Excellence in Research will be awarded to Dr. Shelley Doucette. I'll ask Dr. Doucette to please come forward to the front of the stage. It truly is an honor to present Dr. Shelley Doucette with the University of New Brunswick's Award for Excellence in Research. Dr. Doucette joined the faculty, UNB faculty in 2010 and has consistently produced high-quality research throughout her career. A full professor in the Department of Nursing, she is the Jaroslawski Chair in Interprofessional Patient-Centered Care and the founder and director of the Center for Research in Integrated Care at UNB. Dr. Doucette is recognized as both a national and international expert on patient-centered care. She has been invited to present her research at international and national forums, such as the Dementia Alliance International Conference and the Canadian Healthcare Navigation Conference. Through CRIC, she participates in over 30 research projects which inform the international community of best practices and innovations in patient-centered care and healthcare navigation. She has recently applied her expertise in navigation for youth and families to the growing healthcare concerns of patient experiences of care for dementia and those who experience injury-related trauma. In doing so, she has demonstrated the applicability, utility, and importance of her research to multiple different healthcare concerns and patient populations. Since 2010, Dr. Doucette has presented her research over 380 times, must be getting tired of saying, talking, in several different settings and has published over 70 multi-authored peer-reviewed manuscripts. Her work appears in renowned health journals such as BMJ, BMC Health Services, and the International Journal of Integrated Care. Her manuscripts contribute high-quality evidence and advice for quality, patient-centered care. For example, her 2019 manuscript titled Patient Navigation as an Approach to Improve the Integration of Care. The case of Navicare Soins Navi highlights the utility of patient navigators, a practical and cost-effective intervention in improving patient access to appropriate resources across a variety of settings. This work has already been cited by multiple celebrated leaders in health sciences. This work was also used by the World Health Organization to define its patient-centered navigation in a policy brief through its European arm, the Observatory on Health Systems and Policy. Dr. Doucette's work has attracted approximately $72 million in research support, which has contributed to her establishment of a strong center and research team. She is a praised community-based researcher, mentor, collaborator, and leader. Over the past decade, she has mentored over 100 research trainees, hence ensuring excellence in the future in her area of study. She has been recognized by the New Brunswick Innovation Foundation and the New Brunswick Health Research Foundation for her research mentorship work. Her nomination for the UNB Award of Excellence in Research credits her with developing a strong research culture on UNB's St. John campus. This required her to navigate and create new connections and processes for doing work at UNB, and her work has opened many doors for and attracted new and applied researchers to the campus. The St. John campus is currently experiencing an applied research renaissance, and the start of this movement can be directly directed to the mentorship and brilliant work of Dr. Doucette. She contributes to actively promote research at UNB St. John through many endeavors. For example, she leads Quest, which offers researchers and community members guidance on the use of sophisticated qualitative research methods. Dr. Doucette's outstanding work and leadership has significant and ongoing impact on our campus community and has fostered an environment where others can strive for excellence themselves. This is not solely excellence in research, but also excellence in leadership, team building, and growth. Our campus and the UNB community is honored to present Dr. Shelley Doucette with the UNB Award for Excellence in Research. Please join me in congratulating Dr. Doucette.
On behalf of the university, again, I want to congratulate Dr. Doucette on her achievements and express the hope that she'll maintain those high standards. I have no doubt that she will. She's delivering on high year on year. So congratulations again, Shelley. We will now proceed to the conferring of an honorary degree to Chief Stephen Augustine. The honorary degree will be presented by our orator, Dr. Laurel Levert.
Chief Stephen Augustine to be awarded Doctor of Letters. Knowledge keeper, educator, scholar, and advocate. Stephen Augustine is a hereditary chief of the Mi'kmaq Grand Council from Big Cove, New Brunswick, now known as Alsapogtok, which means the path of the great fire, a reflection on the great spirit fire in the Mi'kmaq creation story. Chief Augustine received his traditional education from the elders of his community and is descended from Michael Augustine, who, on behalf of his people, signed the 1760 Peace and Friendship Treaty that ended hostilities between the French and the British and agreed that the Mi'kmaq would remain neutral. In his role as hereditary chief, he carries the sacred bundles of his ancestors and carries and shares the stories that accompanied those bundles. Chief Stephen Augustine's command of traditional practices and the language and history of his people have enabled him to serve as a keeper of Mi'kmaq culture. He has shared his research expertise and traditional knowledge with many, including government departments, the Assembly of First Nations, UNESCO, and various Aboriginal communities across Canada. He served as elder advisor to the Federal Court of Canada Judges, the Truth and Reconciliation Commission, and the Human Rights Commission of Canada. As a member of an advisory panel on biodiversity issues, he has worked with the United Nations programs on issues related to the environment and has presented at conferences throughout the world and frequently been sought out by media to share traditional knowledge and storytelling. Chief Augustine's published research provides invaluable resources for educators and other academics alike. In 2009, he received the National Aboriginal Achievement Award for his outstanding work supporting the recognition and teaching of First Nation culture, heritage, and spirituality, and the New Brunswick Lieutenant Governor's Dialogue Award. He has also served as an expert witness in court cases involving Aboriginal access to resources in the Maritimes and the historical treaties that relate to these resources. Chief Stephen Augustine completed his Bachelor of Arts in Anthropology and Political Science at St. Thomas University in 1986 and went on to earn a Master of Arts in Canadian Studies from Carleton University, focusing on traditional knowledge, curriculum development in the context of the Canadian education system. One of the first to bring Aboriginal perspectives to a national institution, he served as curator of ethnology for the Eastern Maritimes at the Canadian Museum of Civilization in Ottawa between 1996 and 2013, and then accepted the role as Dean of Cape Breton University's Unamaki College, which supports Aboriginal students and provides opportunity for non-Aboriginal students to learn about the Mi'kmaq culture. Throughout his lifetime, he has served his people and all Canadians in keeping alive and sharing the culture, the language, and the history of the Mi'kmaq people, seeking always to build connections that weave us all together, much like the baskets created and shared by grandmothers then and now. Honorary degrees are granted to individuals who exemplify those values cherished by our academic community. It is with great pleasure that I present Chief Stephen Augustine to be Doctor of Letters, honoris causa. Insignissime praesis amplissime cancellare, tuta universitas presento vobis Stephanum Augustinum, ur admitatur honoris causa ad gradum doctoris in litteris in Universitae Novi Brunswicki.
Ego admitto vos Stephanum Augustum honoris causa ad gradum doctoris in litteris in Universitate Novi Brunswicki. From our Chancellor to you. Congratulations. Congratulations. Thank you so much. Okay, we'll just put that down and I'll call you up in a second. Please accept my deep congratulations, Chief Augustine. It's our privilege to welcome you to the UNB family as an honorary doctorate. It's now my privilege and great pleasure to invite Dr. Augustine to present his Convocation Address.
Well, all you. That's all I can say. Chancellor Alison McCain, President and Vice Chancellor Paul Meseral, Chair of the Board Robin Tingley, graduates, and my family and friends, I want to thank you for inviting me here today to confer upon me an honorary doctorate degree. I want to talk about some Mi'kmaq women who had a great influence in my comprehension of oral history and oral traditions concerning Mi'kmaq culture and traditional ceremonies. My name is Stephen Joseph Augustine. I was brought into this world in 1949 with the help of my great-grandmother, Isabel Augustine Simon, who was a midwife and a renowned medicine woman in Big Cove, now known as Elsipogtog. People said that she delivered many babies up and down the Rishabakta River, both Indigenous and non-Indigenous children, and healed many people with her natural medicines. Isabel was born in 1880 and died in 1973 at the age of 93. I first heard the Mi'kmaq creation story from her when I was a teenager. My father was in the Canadian Armed Forces, a veteran of the Second World War, so we got posted to Germany for 4 years in the late 50s, and we returned to Canada in 1962. I moved in with my grandfather, Johnny Simon, the son of Isabel, every summer. He continued my education in our language about the land, rivers, forests, and the Mi'kmaq creation story. We lived on the land in the Rishabakta Harbor area and along the coast of Northumberland Strait, from Bay St. Anne to Rishabakta Cape and even as far down as Bucktouche. We fished eel, striped bass, salmon, shellfish, and we also picked berries in August, which we sold to fish buyers in Rishabakta, and we traded with farmers for pork, beef, and potatoes up and down the Rishabakta River. My paternal grandmother, Agnes Thomas Augustine, was born in 1898 on Lennox Island, Prince Edward Island. She met my grandfather, Basil Tom Augustine, at Beaumont, New Brunswick, and they got married. Basil Tom was born in Fox Creek near Moncton in 1877. Basil Tom was 20 years older than Agnes. I learned also the Mi'kmaq creation story from my grandmother, Agnes, while I was growing up in Big Cove, and later when she lived with us in Oromocto, and when she came to live with me and my wife and daughters in Fredericton. She taught me the meaning of our ceremonies, how to respect the natural world, how to make baskets with maple saplings, which we sold at the farmer's market. I could write a book on all her skills and activities. She was very knowledgeable, generous, and wise. She lived to be 100 years old. I learned about my culture and early Mi'kmaq history passed down by my ancestors to my elders and grandparents who lived and worked in the late 1800s and early 1900s. Unfortunately for me, I dropped out of school in grade 10. Having failed and repeated several grades, I was 18 years old. I got married when I was 20 years old in 1969. The Woodstock Music Festival was happening in New York State, and Neil Armstrong has landed on the moon. I started training as a carpenter and worked as a carpenter, building many houses in Big Cove and eventually for the Irving's Kent Homes in Bucktouche. I ended up in Boston, Massachusetts, and Bridgeport, Connecticut, working as a carpenter and a roofer. I promised I would not lick my fingers. But my page is not really turning. There. While in the United States, I was nominated and elected as a band counselor in Big Cove, Elsipogtog First Nations. I quickly moved back to Big Cove to resume a role on the band council. From 1970 to 1972, I served as counselor, which also got me appointed to the District 11 School Board in Rishabakta. I was the first Indigenous person elected to the school board, and I represented the Indigenous peoples of Elsipogtog, or Big Cove at the time. In 1972, I was hired by the Department of Justice as a correctional officer and eventually as a probation officer, one of the first two Indigenous peoples hired for the job. After 2 years, I had a near-fatal car accident when I hit a bull moose, which put me out of commission for a while. Soon after I got out of the hospital, I was offered a job by the Solicitor General's office as a parole officer working out of the Moncton office. I took a lateral transfer to the Department of Indian Affairs and started a job as a welfare officer in Big Cove. Employed by the Big Cove Band administration, I worked as a guidance counselor in the field of education. All of this happened between 1970 and 1974. I was busy with all kinds of work around Indigenous social work and correctional services. I was concerned about my academic level because some non-Indigenous people joked about me being the token Indian, working and being paid like them, while they needed master's degrees to qualify for the job. In 1974, my father was killed in a car pedestrian accident, and he had wanted me to become a lawyer when I grew up. He told me our people will need lawyers to help us with land claim issues and treaty rights. That is when I decided I needed university education. By the way, I have now 2 daughters who have law degrees and a granddaughter, and the 3 of them are all lawyers now, and another daughter is a law clerk who works for her sister. Thank you, Dad. So I registered at St. Thomas University in 1976 in Fredericton. As a mature student, I was 27 years old, and I had just lost my dad, my mentor, and my guiding light. Monsignor George Martin was president of St. Thomas University, and he brought me under his wings and helped me through my early years on campus. I was married and had 3 daughters to support, and a student allowance given to us by the Department of Indian Affairs was not sufficient to support me and my family while I was at university. So I had to find a job. I found work. I painted wrought iron fences in downtown Fredericton. I even mowed the lieutenant's governor's lawn. I worked night shifts at the Fredericton Provincial Jail. I took summer jobs as a student archivist at the Provincial Archives at UNB in Fredericton, which led me to the Harriet Irving Library Archives and the New Brunswick Museum Archives here in St. John. Talk about boring and mundane work at the beginning until I started reading the documents I was tasked in sorting and classifying. This work experience is what got me started in my interest in history. Later, I got interested also in anthropology. To complicate matters, I had taken courses in history and anthropology at UNB in Fredericton. And in the end, I had taken 4 more credits than I needed to graduate. It took me 10 years to graduate with a bachelor's degree in 1986. A year before I graduated, I took courses in the Native Law program at the University of Saskatchewan in the summer of 1985. I registered for a master's degree in anthropology at UNB in Fredericton, but there was not enough faculty to support my studies. I was told to do a qualifying year in history, and then I took graduate courses in history from 1986 to 1987. But I did not complete the program, having thrown my hat into the political arena in my home First Nation community. But I failed to succeed in my run for chief. In the years between my studies until 1994, I worked for federal governments, First Nations governments and organizations in various capacities, being a specialist in the delivery of services to Indigenous peoples and communities in the Maritime region. From 1994 to 1999, I registered for a master's in Canadian Studies at Carleton University in Ottawa. The theme of my thesis was, is there a middle ground approach to education incorporating traditional knowledge and academic education, a precursor to the present-day discussion on indigenizing academia, and by recognizing the value of ancestral knowledge on par with academic studies, a step towards reconciliation. Prior to completing my master's degree, I was hired at the Canadian Museum of Civilization as curator of Eastern Maritime Ethnology in 1996, where I worked for 17 years developing the first People's Hall, doing research, and as guest speaker in many domestic and international conferences until 2013 when I retired. The week after my retirement, I took a job at Cape Breton University as principal of Unama'ki College and later as dean. I was promoted to Associate Vice President, Indigenous Affairs and Unama'ki College in 2017. I retired, once again, on December 31st, 2021. But I was offered by CBU, Cape Breton University, to work as Executive Director of the new Donald Marshall Jr. Institute, where I currently am still employed and I still teach one course. Diligence is what got me here. Persistence and hard work and encouragement from family, colleagues, and peers, and the love of learning and sharing. And my message to graduate students today, the students that are graduating, you may get jobs that might be boring and mundane, but stick to it. It'll work out in the end, and you will have a very positive experience. Walalio, thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Augustine. We are so very grateful for your many contributions as an educator, an advocate, and in your willingness in sharing the culture, the language, the history of the Mi'kmaq people. Your devotion to your community, culture, and heritage makes us proud to have you part of the UNB family. A most sincere thank you for all of your contributions to society and to UNB. Again, congratulations. We will now proceed to conferring the degrees in course. May I extend to all of you who graduate today the warmest congratulations on behalf of all of us here at the University of New Brunswick. I recognize that your path to get here today may have been a little bit more challenging than UNB graduates before you, given all that you've encountered over the last 2 years. You have demonstrated even more perseverance, adaptability, and innovation than those who came before you, which makes today's ceremony that much more special. We know that your individual stories and experiences are unique and they differ. However, you're all united because of what you've experienced and what you've accomplished despite these obstacles. I believe I can speak for everybody here on the stage and in the audience when I say how very proud we are of all that you've overcome. I guess a benefit for the many obstacles that this pandemic has presented is that the future is just a bit more brighter than it was 2.5 years ago. As you have overcome these obstacles, you've learned skills and abilities that will serve you well in your lifetime. And this is critically important given the many challenges in the world today, as well as the challenges ahead which you will experience as you progress through your professional careers. I am confident that your skills, experience, education, and passion to make a difference in the world will serve society well as you work to address the problems and shape the innovative solutions required to advance our world and our future to new heights. The future rests with you and your generation, and that leaves me with enormous optimism. When you first came here as a student, you became a member of the UNB family. Today, all of this family, administrators, teachers, colleagues, and friends, share your pride in reaching this important milestone in your life. I know I speak for everyone in recognizing your hard work and sacrifice, and also the many supporters from your family, friends, and many others who help you along your journey at UNB. We all wish you success and happiness in the future and hope you'll always value what you've learned here at UNB and that you will forever remember your alma mater with positivity. Again, congratulations. We will now begin with the conferral of master's degrees, which will be followed by bachelor's degrees. The master's degrees will be presented by the Dean of Graduate Studies, Dr. Drew Rendell.
Thank you, Mr. President. It's a pleasure to present the candidates for the master's degrees. This year, we will confer master's degrees in the following disciplines: arts, science, education, business administration, and interdisciplinary studies. Insignissime praeses, amplissime cancellare, supplicant snatui et vic venerabile collegio gubernatorum i baculaure vel scholores in facultate artium, in facultate scientiae, in facultate educationis, in facultate negoti, quorum nomina ac studia emerite cognita sunt en promulgata ut admittantur et proprium magistri gradum in sua quisque facultate.
Placetne vobis senatores, placetne gubernatores, it hic supplicatores emittitur.
Placet. I'd ask the supplicants for the aforesaid master's degrees please to stand now for admission by the President. Insignissime praeses, amplissime cancellare tota universitas, praesento vobis oce supplicatores in supradictas facultatibus, ut admittantur et proprium magistri gradum in sua quisque facultate. Testorque illos quod omnia quae statuta nostra requerant, aptos et idonios esse.
Ego emitto vos ad gradum magistri in Universitate Novi Brunswicki.
I'd invite you all now, please, to join us on stage in your assigned order for individual acceptance. For the degree of Master of Arts, Kendra Marie Hebert. For the degree of Master of Science, Chabot. Also for the degree of Master of Science, Brian Joseph Goggin. and Delphine Spickler-Mossman. And Crystal Lynn Radke. Emily Swamanen. For the degree of Master of Education, Evan Michael McDonald. For the degree of Master of Business Administration, Oyinani Johnson Abdullahi. Adesholar Tamilade Habionau. Olusolo Faisat Abioye. Olalekan Olumayoa Adiaga. Abiola Aludare Adibakin. Tairat Adebukunola Adedin Nasewo. Kahinde Adepeju Adiko. Taiwo Akin Abiodun Adejugbe. Jeremiah Olaoleu Adepoju. Olubukola Temilola Ajibade. Ayudeji Abideme Amire. Adebayo Peter Amo. Michiru An. Joshua Emmanuel Andrafe. Alicia Lily Ohui Apronte. Nilufar Aramide. Inkiru Chinwe Arum. Edenrele Olutunde Ayuade. Esiogene Avwe Vuro. Anne Nkonye Asua Azu. Abimbola Aderonke Bakare. Hazem Sharif Saeed Barakat. Akil Bipin Betigari. Raj Kumar Bardwaj. Alicia Bhatia. Anil Kumar Boy. Ebenezer Brew. Caesar David Camino Puga. Rong Chen. Mansha Chabra. Chioma Ann Chikwendu. Deepak Chopra. Monica Deshineni. Kinjal Dabalia. Ama Mensiwa Diafo. Satya Geetha Sri Dulam. Karthikeyan Durasamy. Bankole Oladipopo Durotoye. Abira Dutt Roy. Nine Ediru. Esther Effa Ekuri. Namdi Stanley Ekwem. Abiola Ewubari. Goodness Eweri. Ebeli Henrietta Arrow. Chigozi Winifred Ezeonia Chigako. Omatola Anulawapo Eziashi. Olamide Oluwanafemi Famakin. Moses Oluwaseyi Fajinme. Gorav Gerola. Ovunda Asonye Green. Manisha Gupta. Abdullah Amir Hafiz. Suha Hassan Hamad. Kapil Handa. Muhammad Harris. Wendru Ha. Jin Hu. Zong Chen Hu. Sijan Huang. Vivian Aiwi Igbenaborb Ife. Atul Singh Jamwal. Magesh Janikaraman. Nivedita Jaybal. Sudagar Jayaraman. Sasmita Jaina. Lijo John. Raja Sekar Kamatham. Venkata Yashashwini Kancharla. Debajoti Kar. Karim Olufun Milola. Ranjodbir Kaur. Grishma Kela. Nabil Ahmed Khan. Jan Kodukula. Venkata Nagasai Kiran Kolakulure. Rajia Lakshmi Kotama Raju. Kishore Kuchipudi. Adoronke Larry Awotinde. Akiyemi Lasisi. Rafiet Kahinde Lawal. Jolene Paul Lobo. Chaolong Ma. Benedict Chibuzo Maduike. Akinkume Aloolu Majaro. Muchas gracias.
Portuguese. Close. Close. Obrigado. Sinto muito.
Casio Martins de Camargo. Shamin Mazar. Syed Momen Ujaman. Chetan Nagaraj. Alan Nacheejwe. Devika Nayak. Henry Chukwuwaiki Nebenyu. Sunal Harish Negi. Blessing Nonyarem Joku. Omono Rita Nosegbe. Itunoloa Oba. Chinedu Hilary Obeta. Ajibola Oludayo Odedeji. Adenomwan Gladys Odiase. Chidinma Uzoma Okonkwo. Ifeoma Okoye. Olakunle Sunday Olabisi. Olawashion Temetope Olawashie. Anthony Omachonu. Emmanuel Namdi Omihe. Chidiogo Francis Onura. Ibitayo Bolaji Orokoton. Franklin Ekenadele Ozumba. Rajat Patel. Devlina Paul. Ziye Peng. Miguel Pereira Nunes Neto. Nirmal Kumar Rajaselvan. Rodrigo Rea Marin. Silverline Richard Bassey. Amitav Roy. Kazim Abiodun Sanusi. Sarika Sen. Ola Olu Funmi Shodian. Amrit Ajay Sharma. Bradley James Teskey. Huan Tong. Wuraola Tosin Adelakon. Rupali Ugrani. Otevwe Uremu Kago. Augustine Uja. Osaze Anthony Uwagboy. Yoga Krishna Venkata Gopala Prabhakaran. Gayathri Vinobaji. Vicky Hongwang. Irene Shan Wong. Marina Natasha Wathawana Withana. Annie Chwinchwa Chu. Maze Xuan. Vaibhav Yadav. Si-Yun Yang. Jin Ye. Manasa Yenigala. UAU. Oluwafunke Adijat Yusuf. Jingjue Jia. And for the degree of Master of Interdisciplinary Studies, Jacob Morgan Powning. This concludes the granting of master's degrees.
Thank you, Dr. Rendell, and congratulations, graduates. We will now proceed to the conferring of bachelor's degrees in course. Candidates for the bachelor's degrees will be presented by the orator, Dr. Laurel Levert. The deans of the respective faculties will present the parchments. For arts, that's Dr. Heidi McDonald. For science and nursing, Dr. Michael Van Zildjian. For business administration and applied management, that's Dr. Michelle Rod, and the registrar will assist.
The bachelor's degrees of arts, education, science, business administration, and applied management. The candidates will remain seated for the supplication. Insignissime praesis amplissime cancellare, supplicant soatui et huic venerabili collegior gubernatorum, hi baccalaureae vel scholares in facultate artium, in facultate educationis, in facultate scientiae, in facultate negotii. Quorum on nomina ac studia iam rite cognita sunt et promulgata, ut admittantur ad proprium baccalaureae gradum in sua quisque facultate.
Placetne vobis senatores, placetne gubernatores, et hus supplicatores admititur.
The supplicants for the aforesaid bachelor's degrees will now stand for the presentation by the orator and admission by the president. Insignissime praesis amplissime cancellare tuta universitas, presento vobis hosce supplicatores in supradictis facultatibus, ut admittantur ad proprium baccalaureae gradum in sua quisque facultate. Testorque illos quod omnia quae statuta nostra requirant aptos et idoneos esse.
Ego admitto vos ad gradum baccalaureae in Universitate Novo Brunswicki.
You will now proceed to your assigned order onto the dais for individual acceptance. Bachelor of Arts with distinction, Emily Konstantina Georgidis. Amadeo Noletti. Bachelor of Arts, Ashley Ann Allen. Avery Grace Harrington Burnside. Miranda Lynn Foster. Andrea Courtney Mather. Bachelor of Science with Honors, Francis Rayo Flores Soriano. Bachelor of Science, First Division, Lita Marguerite Dobbelstein. Amarachi Ngoza Ugunka. Ryan Toffs. Bachelor of Business Administration with distinction, Hisham ul Haq. Bachelor of Business Administration, Precious Adejumoke Adenol. Dmitry Kondratyev. Bachelor of Applied Management with distinction, Jenny Lynn Marie Logan. This concludes the granting of degrees and course, and please note that some graduands were unable to be here this afternoon and their degrees will be granted in absentia.
Thank you, Dr. Levert. So, on behalf of the UNB St. John's Senate and faculty, I extend to all of you who have received the degrees here today our sincere congratulations and best wishes for the future. So I'm asking now that please all graduates stand. Come on up. I present to you the class of 2022. Congratulations. This is your moment. Take it all in. You may be seated again. Please note that an English translation of your diploma has been placed inside the folder behind the parchment. At this point, I would like to invite Jill Jeffrey, President of UNB's Associate Alumni, to welcome our new alumni.
Your Worship, Chancellor McCain, Board Chair Tingley, President Mazeral, honorees, distinguished guests, friends, families, and supporters, and our graduates of 2022. Congratulations. On behalf of more than 97,000 UNB alumni living all over the world, it is my great pleasure to welcome each and every one of you to the UNB alumni family. Well done. You now join a proud network of people who have made incredible contributions to their community, their province, their country, and beyond through the feat of higher learning, all the while mentoring future generations of graduates. UNB alumni are known as leaders in their communities, innovators in their workplaces, and change makers in ways big and small. We are so proud to count you among us, and we are very eager to see what you do to effect positive change in the world as you move ahead. The Associated Alumni is here to support you and to help you stay in touch with UNB. Whether that be connecting on social media, taking part in our events, or sharing your stories, I encourage you to stay connected with us. There is nothing we enjoy more than hearing stories from our alumni about what they go on to do after they leave UNB. In 2000, the UNB Associated Alumni introduced a UNB tradition, the presentation of the alumni pins to new graduates, which you just received here today. We hope it will carry the individual memories of a life-changing experience at UNB and serve as a reminder that when you combine an ambitious goal and personal dedication, you can attain anything. Maybe more importantly, the pin is a symbol that you are, you were, and you always will be part of our UNB family. We hope you wear your pin with pride. We know when you leave UNB, you leave with more knowledge, a greater sense of community, and the potential to make a significant difference. Congratulations on a job well done, and welcome again to the UNB alumni family. Good job.
As this event draws to a close, I would like to thank all of those who have contributed to today's celebration. UNB St. John alumni, Brittany Mayston, who piped us into the Imperial Theatres this afternoon, and members of the St. John String Quartet. A ceremony like this requires a lot of preparation and behind-the-scene work. So a special thank to the members of the organization committee and to all of those listed on the back page of the program for all they do to make this ceremony so very special. We hope everyone is able to attend the convocation reception in Grand Hall on 40 Charlotte Street, just across the square. And I now invite you to stand for the playing of O Canada, sung by UNB alumnus Alex Landin, who will close the ceremony. Would everyone please rise and remain in your places until the academic procession has exceeded. Thank you.
the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God, keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.